If you haven't started your journey yet, remember, there's no time to wait. Alrighty guys, well, today's video is about days 8, 9, and 10 of 2020, and this represents something kind of big, simply because that means that I've documented 10 days of this diet so far. And even though I've been on it for about 17 days now. So with that being said, I wanted to celebrate a little bit. So I went and had a shirt made. No time to wait. That's right. And on the back, it's got my saying, if you haven't started your journey yet, remember, there's no time to wait. So without further ado, let's go in to day 8, which was Wednesday, January 8th of 2020. So, January 8th was a bit of a strange day for me, just in the regard that I was running kind of late, and I had actually made a video that day that kind of went over some of this stuff, if you want to check that out. I think that video is called like a lesson that I learned. And it really was a lesson that I needed to learn. And it was the fact that day I'd only taken in 600 and some calories for the entire day. And that is way too low. Yes, I am trying to lose weight, but I'm also not trying to put myself into malnutrition. So, it caused some problems for myself. Like I said, I already made an entire video about it. But just to kind of recap a few of those points, it affected my mood. It affected how much I wanted to stick to my diet, like my motivation and stuff. And like I said, I haven't deviated from it. Even throughout, the past 3 days, I haven't deviated. I've stuck to it, and I am still in ketosis. I just had to be stronger than what my mind was telling me that I wanted to intake, right? So, I had my low calorie day. At the end of the day, I made a video, and, I just struggled combating some of those, feelings of hunger that I hold every single time, I get into either whether it's a lack of sleep or in this case, a major calorie deficit that is also unhealthy. So moving on to Thursday the 9th, I made it a point to take better care of my calories. That meant I had to keep track better of everything that I was intaking. Now, some people might watch my previous videos and say, well, you're supposed to be on a meal plan, so all of this should be planned, and you're right. But I've been in a situation where I've been having to penny pinch, and so I haven't had a chance to really go to the store, so I have to make what I've already purchased work into my meals. And it was a lot easier to stick to this particular meal plan when the holidays were around. Because when Christmas Eve and Christmas, New Year's Eve and New Year's came around, I had those days off. So planning my meals out was a heck of a lot easier than trying to do that every single day, right? And so I've been having to take the knowledge that I have of food and try to apply it to days where I don't really have much time on my hands. So Thursday was actually the second time that I had to order food to the office because I didn't have time in the morning to pack or make a lunch. So what I did is I chose Chipotle because they give you, pretty much absolute control over what goes in like a bowl. So I chose chicken with lettuce, cheese, and I skeptically chose sour cream. I was a little worried about the sour cream simply because, like I've said in the past, the last thing that I want is for some sort of food to sneak into my diet that is going to ruin my ketosis, because if it ruins my ketosis, that's another 3 or 4 days that I have to work to build back up into it. That's not what I want. So I took a chance, I did it, and it all worked out perfectly fine. I think the meal in total had like 8 grams of carbs in it, which is fairly low. And then to kind of counterbalance it, I guess, and satiate some of my hungers that I had throughout the day until dinner, since I was working overtime, I drank about a gallon of water. I have this like really tall, big blue thing of water, right? And I think it equates to about a gallon of water. And Thursday was the first day that I was able to actually get through all of it while I was still at work. So that was an achievement in my mind. Next, we have Friday, which, again, I ended up having to do the exact same thing that I did Thursday. I had to order in again, and I got Chipotle, but this time, at the suggestion of a friend who has been on keto, I took guacamole instead of sour cream, which the guacamole has more carbs in it, but the upside to it is that avocados are a lot better for you, and they provide a little bit more fats for you as well. So again, I drank a lot of water. I didn't quite get through that full gallon today. It's just honestly a lot of water. And on Thursday, I drank all that water, and on the way home, which I have an hour and a half drive from work back to my house, it kicked in all of a sudden. The waterworks had to come. I had to stop at the gas station and use the restroom there. It wasn't it, I mean, I guess it was a minor inconvenience, but it still was an inconvenience. So I tried not to drink so much before leaving, which ultimately meant that I didn't finish the container. But, I've still got my cups of water here. And it's all good, So by the end of tonight, I'll probably, finish off what I need to finish off in order to reach that gallon quota. So then today was a very weird day. Today was a day of emotional hardships. My mental fortitude was lacking a bit today. And I don't quite know why. It was just one of those days where you get into a funk and, hopefully something pulls you out of it, which luckily in my case it did, but it took a good few hours before I came out of it. But once I was out of it, I was good. And basically the thing that pulled me out was just having great coworkers who joke around with me, who, make me laugh, who I can make laugh, because making other people laugh is probably one of the best things that I do for myself, even though I'm actively trying to, make other people's days better. Like, knowing that I can do that is pretty awesome. So that basically concludes all of the past 3 days of this diet. So if I was going to leave off on really anything, it would probably be, we all have goals, we all have aspirations, we all have things that we want to accomplish, and there are things in our life that obstruct our views, become obstacles, things that show us who we really are in the end, because it gives us an opportunity to say, okay, I have an opportunity to quit here, but am I going to? And the answer for me every single day has to be no, because I am going to lose this weight this year. I am going to slim down. I am going to look good. In fact, this is one of the best parts. This shirt here is a 4X. Now, when I started this, I was in a 5X, and a 5X was kind of getting snug on me. I haven't weighed myself, but being able to put this shirt on and feel comfortable, like I've got a little bit of excess here and stuff like that. Sure, I've got a little bit of tightness around the sensitive areas, like my love handles and all that stuff, but it's nothing that I feel overly self-conscious about. There's shirts that I have currently that, are, it's like, oh, did you get that at the Baby Gap? You know? But this one, it fits well. And that, in my book, that's a win. And I'm going to continue to have wins. And I don't ever plan to stop having wins. In 2020. I might have said 2019 earlier in the video too, but 2020 is my year. And we are going to accomplish our goals. So, hope you have a good day. Keep an eye out for my next video. It's going to be my top 5 list of uncommon struggles that morbidly obese people deal with. Peace.